Testing 1, 2, 3 in the place to be. My name is Felix. I just finished DJing with Farley, Jack Master Funk, Robert Owens, my heroes. Very emotional night for me because when I was 14 years old, I turned on the radio. I listened to a show by the Hot Mix 5, and I heard this dude, Farley Jack Master Funk. You know, and at the time, my dad was a saxophone player, and he taught me about classical music and all this cool stuff, but I didn't want to hear that. I just wanted to hear Prince and Farley, Prince and the Revolution. So Farley was the guy who put me into house music, and then it would be DJ Pierre. This is some deep stuff because it would be listening to Farley to make my first demo. I took this demo, I gave it to a guy while I was in high school. I was like a junior in high school. And then he gave the tape to DJ Pierre. He took it to Farley and Mike Hitman Wilson. Farley played it on the radio, and my life changed. Fast forward to Belgium, the first time I came to London was 1992, and I met Robert Owens. My eyes widened up while I was DJing tonight. He was playing, I was with Farley, they were like my heroes, and I was just like, do these people actually know there are 3 or 4 generations right here, right now, spreading the music hardcore, like from 1980 to 2000 gazillion. DJ Pierre is like the main person. You know, because he brought me to England. Nobody gave a fuck about Felix da Housecat. Nobody even cared about me. Nobody. Not even Chicago. Chicago was like, your music sounds like a bunch of noise. New York was like, get this shit out of here. I go to England, right? And they're like, wow, this is some crazy shit. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I come to Belgium when I was living in London, and it was like, this shit is even crazier than the craziest shit that they love you in London. So I came to Belgium like, no one even knows the story. I came to Belgium like late 93, early 94. I started Radical Fear with Play It Again Sam. Thank you, PS, Kenny Gates. Thank you guys. So I was like 24, 25 with my first record label called Radical Fear. So that's why I have a very soft spot for Belgium and London, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. And I dedicated my new album I'm giving away for free on Mixmag. I dedicated it to England and Belgium, you know, just because nobody gave a fuck about Felix. I was Felix Stallings Jr. I was Felix da Housecat, born in England, you know, raised in Brussels. I was commuting back and forth between Belgium and London. And then when I got back to Chicago, they were like, how long you in town for? And I was like, man, yo, I'm from here. You know, but I'm just a little cat from the suburbs, Park Forest, Illinois. That's my story. Mescal it, embrace it, love it. The man behind the camera, I gave him a hard time all night. I'm like, don't show the camera. Don't do this, la, 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 la. But you know what? You gotta share it. You gotta spread it. I never know what I'm gonna do. I go off the people, and I want to dedicate my set to Farley and to Chicago and Robert Owens. I just wanted to pay them homage and just do right. Everyone thinks I'm like this electro dude, and you know, I love electro, but Felix da Housecat. House comes from house music. What do I call myself? Okay, well, I make house music. I call myself Housecat. But then when I moved to England, Guerrilla Records said, Felix, give me a name. I said, Felix da Housecat. Felix da Housecat was born in London. Felix Stallings Jr. was born in Detroit. But Felix was raised in Chicago, so that's the story. Music was like discipline for me. You know, I was like, son, this is what you're gonna do. You're not gonna be in the streets, and that's what you have to do. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. He's like, you're gonna do it. I play saxophone, you're gonna be clarinet. I played clarinet, I wanted to pick keyboards, and I wanted to go synthesizers. And my parents were very supportive. They never told me to turn the music down. I had my studio in the bottom of the house. When I lived with them, it was like, they never, not one time, they never said, Fee, turn the music down. They never told me that, never. So, I love them for that. They always supported me. So when house music came, and like, for me, it came in 84, 85, I was like, man, it was, I can't even explain. It was like my birth.